Welcome back. Councillor Tom waiting you. How are we all doing today? Good, I hope. Now, Tom in my Lowerlin, my Shomra far, my man room. And as you can see, this is my effort, my shelving system that I'm just putting in. It's a little bit chaotic in here today. So what I had, literally, is a 5-inch little recess there. I was able to plant a shelving system up against that. As you can see, they're not touching the ground. I wanted them off the ground. And these are little guys for anybody in the world of making or fitting. These are little T-pieces that you'd make up to actually keep the height in there, to set your heights. You'd have those little guys in under there, they'd sit in under to give you the height, exactly the height of the skirting board. Holds it in position while you're fixing them to the wall. So I have two fixings in the front there behind, and I have two fixings in the bottom there, because that's a solid wall. It's actually the chimney breast of my house. And the wall behind me is a stud wall. So you've got stud partitioning behind it. And again, I've got a batten up on top there, and I've got the shelving systems fixed through to the studs behind. I also have a couple of these guys here just to stop it. It's only literally, it's simple as you get. Very simple system. It's just a washer with a screw going into the stud, and that stops anything coming forward. Remember that with bookcases, all the load, the weight is transferred downwards, vertically downwards. So in this case, I'm just using the skirting board here to actually support the shelving. Now, so I've one unit, I have a shorter one here. The reason that's shorter there is because I've got my sockets underneath here. And you can see now it's going to be easy to clean under there, to polish the floor or do whatever I want to it. So they're all up off the floor, and I've got my books set out there. Now I've a lot of books. I don't think I have enough space here for them. Now I'm back to the Blacksmiths ass again here now, and the Cobbler's wife, because we need to connect. As you can see there, that's separated from that. And if you look here, I've only two shelves. So we're literally back to the Blacksmiths ass again. I ran out of material. I had only 2 sheets of MDF to work with, 2 sheets of 3/4 and 2 sheets of 6mm to do the backs of these units here. So I ran out of wood, and that's literally when you're doing stuff for yourself. Anyway, look, I'm happy to get this far. It's just a case of when I buy in the next batch of MDF, I can do the rest of the shelves there. When I get to this side, you'll notice that there's not connectivity there. So the plan is I'll be putting a panel there to come across to here to join the two of them together, and then I'll be putting a plinth up along here, and then it'll go right across the wall, so it'll merge and create harmony and balance at that point there. Now I did say a blacksmith's ass and a cobbler's wife are the worst shod, and so it is with somebody like myself. You're inclined to leave stuff, or you'll do X amount. Now I'm quite happy to get this amount done here. As you can see, I have a volume of books, and that's just some of them. I have a wall here behind me. I'll probably have to put another set of bookcases there. I have a bench in front of me here which will swivel around, so I'll be facing, from where the camera is, I'll be facing the books as I'm working. And I've also got light here, a western light out the window as well. So that's what I have there. The books themselves take a lot of altering, or a lot of swapping and changing to get the books in order and get them into genres and so on, and categories. So it's a big deal. Maybe another video or videos down the line, I might talk about the books that I read and what sort of gives me inspiration and whatever, and the actual genres of books. But I always like to have books to look at. It just makes me feel better, and music is another thing. So that's them to date there. As I said, I have this simple shelf system here, and all it is using this little template here to sit in against the edge here and to drill the holes, which I did in the workshop. That's a smaller version of it for doing that particular one there. That there is only 5.5 inches in depth, and you can see how many books is contained in that. It'll probably take close to 100 books, maybe 80 books there. And as you can see there, I have 3 lots here. So I have a lot of organising to do there. It's all in front of me. Now these guys, I've got to mention the other day, these little shelf studs. You get a packet of 100 of them, and it's not that I'm promoting anybody or getting paid for anything. I'm not. I get them in. You get them in the likes of Screwfix, and they're just a 5 mil spigot on them that goes into a 5 mil hole in the shelf there, and that's all that supports the shelves themselves. So I 4 in down low here, and I can put this shelf in position here, and I'm ready then to fill that area there. I also have the ability then, where I have it, or the facility where I've higher books there. I see there Richard Dawkins, kind of big into them guys, just while I'm here. Carl Sagan, big into that guy. So any books that I want to face towards me, if they're tall, I can set them up to actually be in the horizontal rather than the vertical, and have the shelf at that particular height there. So I can mix and match in the height of the shelves. So it's a very simple system, as you can see there. Doesn't touch the floor. Blacksmith's ass, it's just X amount done. It's not finished, requires a panel there. I'll get that out in the next batch. And I have to put a plinth around then to create the connectivity between them all. This particular part here as well, when the panel goes there, will actually hold the book facing outward, just like you'd see in a bookshop, where you'd see one, just a current one, just with a little plinth coming out from it there, and just sit a book against it. So I just like the idea that, again, you can see here, if you can see from the camera, I have a couple of holes here, which are just the screws gone through. I've got to plug them, and I've got to colour them as well, so I do that by hand. So that's what I have. I picked what's called a Telegrey 4 it's called. That's got off what's called a RAL chart, which is a universal colour guide. And I think it goes pretty well with the blue colour behind me. So I don't know what you think. As I say, I have an awful lot of organising to do to get them in play, but at least it's a start. From my other room inside there, they're coming off the floor and they're getting back into their vertical or horizontal positions again where they belong. So that's it. I just said I'd show you from what was out in the workshop the other day, and this is the simple system here that I have. You don't have to go for sprayed finishes when you're doing these things. You can buy actually melamine panels, edged, pre-edged and all, which would save an awful lot of effort, but I just like to have the colours that I choose myself, and I suppose I'm lucky that I'm able to spray them up myself. You can still get a good finish if somebody was ever thinking of doing these with the Hygrofail MDF, the green core. You'll get an excellent finish with a roller and any of the water-based paints as well out there today. You'll get an excellent finish on that board if you wanted to do them by hand. So that's my little system. There's no great depth here. That there is only about 7 inches, I think, in depth. 175 in millimeters. So it doesn't take up much space in my room here. So this is my bench. It'll go 90 degrees facing this way, and I'll be sitting where the camera is looking this way with the window here. And I have another plenty space behind me here then for sitting down or doing whatever. And I have my Bose speakers to up here as well for my music. My music is in here. It is my Shomra Far, my man room. And I have my guitar there down there as well, which I play badly for the last 40 years. So on the right hand side here, I'll probably put in some more of these guys, a narrow shelving system just on there. Depends on how many more books I have to get in there. So, Sinead on lawn you, that's all I'll do for today. Mahuas faking, good on you for looking. Hope you like what you see. Partly unfinished. Always think of me then as the blacksmith's ass and the cobbler's wife, or the worst child. So that's it, just to give you a little flavour of what I'm at for myself. Okay. Excuse me. Mahuas faking, Tagus Longa Fall. Bye for now. See you soon.